What if a boy named Chu Xuan traveled through the Cangxuan world and became a demon cultivator of Wuji Sect? The so-called demon cultivation is to plunder the essence of heaven and earth, and seize the essence of all things. And he can control insects, and so he became the master of insects. Then he started killing humans and consuming their bodies to increase the level of blood insects. After slaughtering thousands of people, he became the great demon lord. However, killing is not tolerated by the heavenly way of the human race. Wuji Sect was also destroyed by the righteous sect, and once the people of the righteous sect were chasing Chu Xuan. When he was helpless, Chu Xuan entered a cave, accidentally got the blood mirror, which could take him to a doomsday planet full of zombies. He suddenly discovered that this place is simply a paradise for demon cultivators. Because now he will not have to kill humans and he has a lot of zombies in front of him, using whose bodies he can perform his demonic art and make the blood insect powerful, and he can also create an army of zombies. So let's see how he will do all these things. This story starts and we see Cangxuan continent Yugua, Qinghe city. And some people are talking and they are saying, "Hey, did you hear? The remnants of the Wuji sect have appeared in Qinghe city." And the second man says, "I've heard about them. These remnants want to use the blood and flesh of living beings to practice their demonic arts. We ordinary people are all their hunting targets. They're extremely vicious." And the third man says, "Don't panic. Recently, many righteous cultivators have arrived. They will definitely capture them." Another man says, "Don't panic. Recently, many righteous cultivators have arrived. They will definitely capture them. These demon cultivators, they deserve to be wiped out completely." And a man is listening to those people's conversation very easily, and this man is the protagonist of this story, and his name is Chu Xuan, inner disciple of the Wuji sect. And he is saying, "Hey, it seems like I can't stay here for a long time. I've been hunted down by these bastards for more than a year. It's really a pity to continue living like this. On this Cangxuan continent, I have no background or family connections, and my cultivation talent is also mediocre. After much effort and scheming, I finally joined the largest sect in Yugua, the Wuji sect. In order to enhance my strength, while diligently practicing the sect's core techniques, I have extension delved into fields such as worm cultivation, poison arts, disguise, and corpse puppetry. I finally reached the chi refining stage, just one step away from being accepted as an inner disciple by the elders. Unfortunately, at this critical moment, the first ancestor of the Wuji sect fell into madness and perished. The 5 major orthodox sects of Yugua took advantage of the situation, labeling the Wuji sect as a demonic sect. They unite to launch a joint attack. The higher-ups of the sect either died, escaped, or surrendered. The disciples of the sect were almost entirely massacred, and the few who survived are still being hunted and persecuted to this day. What's even more dire is that my cultivation of the blood transformation and soul seizure art requires a large amount of blood essence, and feeding the worms also demands the flesh and blood of living beings. If I cannot obtain resources in time, I will suffer a backlash, fall into madness, and die tragically. Now my body is already on the verge of backlash. This time, I finally managed to contact a surviving junior disciple as a purchasing channel. I hope it can solve my urgent problem. And as Chu Xuan goes ahead, he meets a boy, and his name is He Liang. And He Liang is very happy to see Chu Xuan, and he is saying, "Brother Chu Xuan, you're finally here. Brother, you don't look too well. Are you alright?" But Chu Xuan says to He Liang, "Have you brought the items?" So He Liang says, "Senior brother, you're really brave. You actually dared to continue practicing our sex techniques? If these demon beast blood beads are discovered by the 5 major orthodox sects, it's a certain death sentence." And Chu Xuan says to He Liang, "Ever since those prestigious orthodox sects wiped out our sect under false charges, we've been sentenced to death. Whether we cultivate demonic arts or not, what difference does it make?" So He Liang starts laughing, and he is saying, "Haha, brother Chu Xuan. I didn't think much about it. I just wanted to say that these items were not easy to find." And Chu Xuan gives He Liang money for his work, and says to him, Thank you for your hard work. The demon beast blood beads seem to be in good condition. This is the 10 low-grade spirit stones we agreed upon. But then something is going wrong at this place. And Chu Xuan uses his hearing power, and there is a bug inside his ear, which can hear even the softest sound. And he hears some people talking, using a traitor from the Wuji demon sect to lure out these stragglers. This tactic of drawing the snake out of its hole really never fails. But sure to search him thoroughly after capturing him. His assets are definitely not just these. Haha, the resources he's worked so hard to accumulate will soon be ours. For these demon cultists, we must strip their skin and tear their tendons, draining everything from them. And Chu Xuan says to Liang, Junior brother, I still need the blood spirit pills. Can you get them? And Liang says, I do have some, but they're usually used by Foundation establishment cultivators for healing. Could it be that have you found Uncle Lu and the others? But Chu Xuan says, don't ask questions you shouldn't. If you have the blood spirit pill, take it out quickly. And Liang starts getting very angry, and he says the blood spirit pill is quite expensive. Senior brother, you probably can't afford it, can you? If you take me to see Uncle Lu, and if we can get protection from a foundation building cultivator like him, I'm willing to offer the blood spirit pill for free and additionally give you a middle grade spirit stone. Then Chu Xuan gives her 1 middle grade spirit stone, and tells her, although the risk is high, but seeing how sincere you are. Then both of them start going somewhere, and then we see some people, and an old man is saying, Liang went with him, unexpectedly, today we've caught a big fish. If we can capture another foundation building cultivator, not to mention the sect's merit rewards, even just the share of the dead's assets would be far better than focusing on self-cultivation. After some time, those people together are chasing those two, and are waiting for them outside a house. And Chu Xuan and Liang start going towards an underground, and Liang is saying to Chu Xuan, Senior brother is still the most reliable. This small courtyard and the underground tunnel are truly flawless. But how much longer do we have to walk? And Chu Xuan says, we're almost there. But if you're in a hurry, junior brother. And Chu Xuan smiles and says, Senior brother will accompany you for a while then? After a while, Liang breaks the door and falls out. Seeing which everyone gets very shocked, and Liang says, downstairs. Chu Xuan and Li Xinxiong are both downstairs. Don't worry about me. Don't let them escape. And then the old man signals that everyone should kill him together. And they start going inside, and as soon as they go inside, they are shown a dead body, from which all the blood has dried up. Seeing this, they get scared, and a man tells, Master, there's a dry corpse here. And the old man looks at the crops, and he is saying, how brutal. The skin and scalp have been peeled off. But then the old man feels something, and he says, is this Liang? The one outside is Chu Xuan. Head back. We've been tricked by him. Then the scene shifts, outside Qinghe City. And Chu Xuan removes the mask, and he is saying, the temporary human leather mask is really uncomfortable to wear. Thanks to the listening bugs, I was able to figure out about the ambush in advance, and see through Liang's betrayal. But even if I can escape for some time, how can I escape forever? Am I supposed to join those orthodox sects as well? No, it's not possible. If I changed my path to the orthodox sect, I'd have to discard all my previous cultivation, which carries a high risk of backlash. Moreover, with my aptitude, cultivating righteous sect techniques might mean I'd never reach the foundation building stage even if I die. Only demonic arts with low thresholds and quick results can give someone with my ordinary aptitude a slim chance of seeking immortality. I need to keep going on this demonic path. At night time, very bright golden light is coming out from inside the cave, and Chu Xuan is saying, regardless of what the future holds, at least today is a good day. Not only did I absorb all of the traitor Liang's spiritual power, but I also seized all his belongings. It's a big profit. What's even more surprising is that this traitor Liang actually has a mysterious magical artifact from the Wuji Sect's treasure vault. It is said that this item comes from the outer battlefield and is of extremely high grade, but it requires a compatible spiritual power constitution to use. Unfortunately, even until the sect's destruction, no one managed to gain its approval. I wonder if someone from the outer realms like me can be an exception. And Chu Xuan starts putting his power inside that artifact. But then he sees something in that artifact, seeing which Chu Xuan gets shocked. There is another world inside it. And seeing this thing, Chu Xuan is saying, why does this seem so similar to the apocalyptic disaster movies I saw before I transmigrated? Is this an illusion? But then a purple-colored light starts coming out of that artifact, which starts pulling Chu Xuan inside that artifact. And in a short while Chu Xuan goes inside that artifact. Then he reaches another place, and he starts having a headache. And he is saying, what happened? I was sucked into the mirror? Was it actually my original world? Why did the world become like this? How could this happen? War? Plague? Alien invasion? It would be good to find a survivor to learn more about the situation. This shouldn't be the Earth that I used to live on. And then Chu Xuan sees a man, and he starts going towards that man, and he is saying, great! I finally found a survivor. But as soon as Chu Xuan goes towards him, he says that he is a zombie. And he is eating another person. And seeing this, Chu Xuan gets even more shocked, and many zombies start coming to attack Chu Xuan. But then Chu Xuan uses insect blood, and an insect comes out of it, insect blood wires. And Chu Xuan kills that zombie with a single attack, and Chu Xuan is saying, what's this? It turns out it was just a false alarm. This body's toughness is no different from an ordinary person's. In front of a chi refining stage cultivator's worms, it's simply. But then the insect blood starts going towards the zombie, and Chu Xuan gets surprised seeing this, and he says, Insect blood, are you saying you want to devour the flesh and blood of the zombies? By the way, since zombies can move, should they be considered living beings? I wonder if using zombies' blood and flesh to cultivate techniques and feed the worms will be effective? The insect blood starts going towards the zombie like mad, and starts eating it very badly. And in a short time it kills the zombie by eating it, and seeing this Chu Xuan says, it really is effective. Sure enough, this kind of flesh and blood is more suited for your appetite. And then some more zombies start coming towards Chu Xuan. And seeing this, Chu Xuan is happy, and he says it seems that, from now on, I'll have to practice my skills and feed the worms. I don't need to worry about the blood supply anymore. This city, even the entire planet, will become my resource pool, and they start attacking Chu Xuan very fast, and Chu Xuan starts killing them, and he is getting very happy, and he is saying, moreover, killing zombies is considered acting on behalf of the heavens, so it won't diminish my merit or provoke the heavenly punishment from the human race's celestial will. I can practice demonic techniques freely and enhance my strength, and even pursue the ultimate in the cultivation world that I never dared to dream of in my past life. And Chu Xuan has killed a lot of zombies, and he is standing above all of them, and his insect blood just wants to eat all of them. Then Chu Xuan is saying, in just a short while, I've broken through from the 4th to the 5th after chi refining. This place truly is a holy land for cultivating demonic arts. However, personally hunting down zombies to absorb their energy is too troublesome. It's time to try refining some corpses to do the work for me. Refining corpses require strong bodies filled with deep resentment as the material. Only then will the refined corpses have good potential. But these guys in front of me, they're just worthless trash. It's impossible to work with them. Oh well, for now, I'll use this place as a temporary base. In such a large mall, I should be able to find new suitable targets. Then inside the mall we see a boy. And there are a lot of zombies behind him, and that one man is asking for help from someone, and he is saying, didn't you say that as long as I distracted the zombies, you'd come and save me once you finished collecting the resources? My mom and sister still need me. I can't die here. This man's name is Xiao Xi, and he is saying, oh dear, I think I forgot to tell you, your mom died yesterday. How could the Lingquan gang waste resources on a 60-year-old woman? And Xiao Xi's hearing this, the boy gets very angry. And Xiao Xi leaves the boy and starts going from there, and he is saying to him, thank you for sacrificing your life for me. After you die, I'll take care of your sister. And all the zombies attack that boy, and start killing and eating him. But while dying, the boy curses Xiao Xi, and he says, Tang Hu, you'll definitely wreck your retribution. But Xiao Xi is not bothered by what the boy says and says, what retribution? The rules of this world have always been survival of the fittest. And as Xiao Xi goes ahead, he sees a man notices, and he starts looking at him. And we see that it is Chu Xuan, and Chu Xuan comes in front of him and says, Wait a moment. Your body, it's very impressive. And Xiao Xi looking at Chu Xuan, he thinks, this person's outfit is so strange that I've never heard of anyone like this in Donghu City. And Xiao Xi says to Chu Xuan, What do you mean? And Chu Xuan says, I mean, your physique is quite good, the perfect material for refining a corpse. You'll make a fine servant for me. But then Xiao Xi moves forward to attack Chu Xuan with a dagger. But Chu Xuan Xiao Xi's attack is easily stopped, and Xiao Xi falls away, and his dagger also breaks. And we see that Xiao Xi's dagger has been caught by insect blood. And seeing this, Xiao Xi starts panicking. And he is thinking, this person can coexist with insects, so he's likely a transcendent being as well. I'm definitely no match. A wise man doesn't fight when the odds are against him. And then Xiao Xi changes his mood, and politely talks to Chu Xuan and says to him, My brother-in-law is Zhao Hong of the Lingquan gang. For his sake, let me go. You can have that bag of supplies. And Chu Xuan is a bit surprised to hear about the Lingquan gang. Then Xiao Xi tells Chu Xuan, Don't you know? The Lingquan gang is the largest organization in all of Donghu City. My brother-in-law, Zhao Hong, is the leader and also a transcendent. He's 10 times stronger than me. And Chu Xuan says, if he's only 10 times stronger than a mere mortal like you, then there's nothing to worry about. But Chu Xuan catches Xiao Xi by instant blood. And he is about to make a request, and he is saying, Yes, once I use my secret technique on you, you'll become a sturdy corpse soldier. And Chu Xuan is about to put Xiao Xi inside a pot full of blood, and Xiao Xi gets very scared after seeing that pot, and he is saying, Wait a minute. We have no enmity between us, why are you trying to kill me? And Chu Xuan says to Xiao Xi, Didn't you just say? The rule of this world is survival of the fittest. Killing someone like you won't even diminish my karma. And Chu Xuan puts Xiao Xi inside the pot, and Chu Xuan is saying, You're simply perfect for refining into a yin corpse. Different methods of refining corpses result in yin corpse with unique characteristics depending on their rank, and the cultivation method used. The method I've mastered is the Vajra corpse refining technique of the corpse puppet sect. Corpses refined using this technique are impervious to blades and spears, possess immense strength, and once completed, they can rival cultivators in the chi refining stage. 3 days later, and Chu Xuan's wait is now over, and Xiao Xi comes out in the form of a puppet, who looks very dangerous. And Chu Xuan becomes very happy after seeing Xiao Xi, and he is saying, I can't believe my first corpse refinement was such a success. Then Chu Xuan takes out a tower, a low-grade magical tool, corpse nurturing tower. Used for storing, nurturing, and appraising yin corpses. Corpse of the Middle Crystal Institute. Grade 2 Corpse Soldier. Innate spells, bloodthirst technique, golden light incantation. And Chu Xuan is saying, Not bad, it's not only reached grade 2, but the 2 innate spells it's gained as a mid-tier yin corpse complement each other well. It could likely rival a grade 4 corpse soldier, and even stand against the cheery-finding 4th layer cultivator for a short while. Grade 2 Corpse Soldier. I'll call you Xiao Xi. Go out and collect zombie flesh. And as soon as Chu Xuan said this, Xiao Xi moved forward to kill the zombies very fast, and he started killing the zombies very brutally. And seeing this, Xiao Xi becomes even more happy, and he says, This corpse soldier should have no problem sweeping through this entire mall. From here on, I can just sit back and reap the rewards. After some time, Xiao Xi is shopping for zombies in a shopping mall. And he is filling all the zombies in a cart. And he keeps moving forward like this. And he brings a lot of zombies in front of Chu Xuan, and Chu Xuan is sitting comfortably and eating ramen, and he says to Xiao Xi, Well done. You've greatly improved my cultivation efficiency. Once I extract the blood, you can consume the rest. I'm sure you'll benefit from it as well. Who would have thought that someone like me, who barely survived in the Cangxuan continent, would become a powerful figure with life and death at my command in this world? I might even be able to savor all the delicious things from my past life once more. All of this is thanks to that blood mirror, which brought me such great fortune. It's unfortunate that the teleportation stopped working after bringing me here. I've lost its effectiveness. If I were to return to the Cangxuan continent now, I would still be hunted down by righteous cultivators. But if I continue to absorb energy in hiding, I will eventually regain my strength. However, it seems that this blood mirror, just like me, needs to accumulate strength. I'll continue to cultivate my demonic arts on this zombie-infested planet. When the time is right, I'll return. And Chu Xuan has killed and hanged many zombies. Then the scene shifts, Donghu City, How High Hotel. And we see a man who is very scared of someone. And there is a man in front of him, and he is saying, "You promised me to find out what happened to Tang Hu within half a month." And that man is very scared, and there is a huge dog in front of him, and we see this man, Lingquan gang leader, Zhao Hong. And the gang leader says, "It's already been a month." So the man says in fear, "Be boss, I've found out. Brother who went missing at Zairanfa Mall. But it's very dangerous there now. 2 of my men I sent to investigate have already gone missing. It's likely that there are advanced zombies. You can't blame me, only you, boss, can deal with those." And the gang leader says, "You're right. It's not your fault. After all, you're not a superhuman." And hearing this, the man thanks the gang leader. But then the dog attacks that man. And the gang leader is saying, "However, I'm not going to keep a useless, ordinary person like you around any longer." And the dog kills that man. And the gang leader is saying, "Dead or alive, find him. Wang Bao, take to Huang and he is with you. We're going to Zairanfa Mall." Then the scene shifts. And we see a vehicle, which is hitting a lot of zombies and throwing them away. Then the vehicle stops at a place, and 2 dogs and the gang leader come out of it, and the gang leader is saying, "Strange. The zombies here. You two, go in first and check things out." Then both the dogs start going inside, and the gang leader is thinking, "This is weird, there's no strong smell of blood inside either. Let's go up and take a look." And as soon as the gang leader goes inside, he starts smelling blood, and he is saying, "Such a strong smell of blood, what the hell are these things?" And further ahead there is a lot of blood in the tanker. And a dog starts barking while looking upwards, and as soon as the gang leader looks up, he sees many zombies hanging above. And seeing this, the gang leader is very shocked, and he is saying, "Ugh. What kind of pervert?" And the other man says, "Is this really something a human could do? Could it be that Tang Hu was defeated here? Boss, what should we do now?" And the gang leader is getting very angry, and he is saying, "Whether it was done by Black Blade Security or someone else, this debt cannot be settled just like that. Daring to mess with Zhao Hong's underlings from the Lingquan gang is the same as messing with me. I won't rest until I find the culprit and turn them into a dried corpse." Then the scene shifts to Cangxuan continent. And a portal opens, and Chu Xuan comes out of that portal, and he is saying, "I'm back." As expected, the spiritual energy here is much more abundant. And then Chu Xuan hears someone laughing, and we see some people coming in front. And seeing them, Chu Xuan is saying, "It's the Shuang family again. When will they learn to stop?" And a man takes out a sword and says, "Chu Xuan, you're really running. Last time, you escaped right in front of Shu Shirquan, causing us to be punished. What a stroke of luck that we found you. You have no way out now." And Chu Xuan says, "A few mere 5th-level foundation establishment grunts dare to make noise in front of me? What arrogance!" Then those men get ready to attack Chu Xuan, and surround him from all sides. But Chu Xuan uses his technique, and he is thinking, "Let me show you the power of my upgraded blood steel threads." And Chu Xuan starts tying those people with blood steel thread, and seeing this the man gets surprised and he says, "How can this be? Weren't you only at the 4th level of chi refinement?" And Chu Xuan says, "Your information is outdated. My cultivation has already reached the 6th level of chi refinement." And the man says that's impossible. It's only been 3 days, how can you break through the 6th level of chi refinement? And Chu Xuan is thinking 3 days? I've been inside the blood mirror world for a month, yet only 3 days have passed by here? It seems like the time difference between here and that world has a ratio of about 10. Then Chu Xuan says, let me ask you, besides you a few, are there any other reinforcements pursuing me? Did that foundation establishment master of yours come as well? You're not answering? And Chu Xuan asks for insect blood to attack those people. And in a short while blood insect kills that man. And seeing this, Chu Xuan is saying, if you cooperate, I'll consider letting you go. If not, this will all be your fate. And those people start getting scared after listening to Chu Xuan, and they are saying, We're the only ones here. There's no other reinforcements. Master thought that a few of us would have been able to take care of you. So he didn't come. And Chu Xuan says, really? Then I don't need to worry. Then Chu Xuan kills all of them, and those people are saying, Chu Xuan, you said you would let us go. And Chu Xuan says, do you actually believe that? After all, I am the ruthless, cold-blooded demon cultivator. After they die, insect blood starts eating them all. And Chu Xuan is thinking, when I first got the blood mirror, I only had a single bloodline. And now, not only has my cultivation reached the 6th level of chi refining, but I have also mastered the innate technique blood nourishment. On top of that, I have a 3rd level zombie as a trump card. In the eyes of the people of the Cangxuan continent, my cultivation speed is considered exceptionally talented. Little do they know, in my own world, the time consumption is 10 times greater. I must break through the realms even faster to extend my lifespan. The blood furnace on the zombie world provides endless resources, but materials for refining corpses, spiritual herbs, and other things are still needed from the Cangxuan continent. The next time the blood mirror gains energy, I'll have to restock on the materials before that. After some time, Cangxuan Market. Chu Xuan is roaming inside the market, and he is thinking, the materials for refining the corpse are already gathered. I've also stored some rare heavenly treasures that might come in handy, but the most critical item, it's simply not available on the common market. I'll have to find some special channels to get it. But then Chu Xuan sees something and is surprised to see it, and he is thinking, what? Isn't this the Wuji Sect's token, the withered bone? And Chu Xuan says to the shopkeeper, fellow Taoist, how much for one of those Tsilong melons? So the shopkeeper says 7. 2 small spirit stones each. And Chu Xuan says, damn, is the melon skin made of gold, or is the melon flesh made of gold? And the shopkeeper says, you think there are still Tsilong melons available now? These were all scavenged from the Wuji Sect's ruins. If you think it's expensive, I think it's expensive too. Then they start bargaining in the same way. Then Chu Xuan says to the shopkeeper, I'm asking you, does this melon ripen well? And as soon as the shopkeeper hears this, he gets shocked because this is a code word. And the shopkeeper is saying to Chu Xuan, if you offer a high price, I have some with even better quality in the warehouse at the back. And Chu Xuan says, all right, take me to have a look. Then they come to another place. And the shopkeeper says to Chu Xuan, may I ask which senior brother is this? Then Chu Xuan takes off the cap from his head, and tells him his name is Chu Xuan. And as soon as the shopkeeper hears Chu Xuan's name, he becomes very happy and he is saying to Chu Xuan, it's actually senior brother Chu. I'm Qianlong, who joined Wuji Sect in the same batch as you. I guess senior brother doesn't recognize me, but I've always admired you. Back then, among us grassroots outer disciples, only senior brother Chu stood it out. I've always looked up to you as a role model. I never dreamed that the person I'd be exchanging the secret signal with would actually be senior brother Chu. Uncle Lu and the other senior brothers are currently hiding in the manor of the Wu family, who are the masters of Taiping Town. 3 days ago, when the news spread that you killed the traitor He Liang, it really lifted everyone's spirits, and Chu Xuan says to the shopkeeper, the 3rd elder's direct disciple, Uncle Lu Jinxiong, who is in the foundation establishment stage, is indeed still alive. His decision is quite wise. No wonder the Cangxuan sect couldn't find him no matter what. They never thought he'd be hiding right within their own territory. This is what they call hidden in plain sight. And the shopkeeper says, Senior Brother Chu, why don't you join us? Right now, us Wuji Sect cultivators need to stick together to survive. And Chu Xuan says, no, I'm only here to buy some things. And the shopkeeper says, Senior Brother Chu, what do you want to buy? So Chu Xuan says, I want to buy a blood transformation grand array. And the shopkeeper gets very shocked on hearing this. Then Chu Xuan tells about the blood transformation grand array. The blood melting formation is one of the arrays used by demonic cultivators to conduct large-scale blood sacrifices. It was merely to refine the 10,000 souls' blood pearls to help his young son lay his foundation at 100 days old. There was once a demonic sect leader who used 300,000 lives from a city to cast a soul-stealing blood-melting formation. Even the most basic blood-melting formation can be controlled by someone at the chi refining stage, yet it possesses the power to massacre an entire city. However, such a heinous act was too inviting of calamity, and the sect was soon besieged and destroyed by the righteous path. But if I could obtain a set of the blood-melting formation and deploy it on a zombie-infested planet, it wouldn't harm the heavens and might even bring great merit. And the shopkeeper says, Brother Chu, the 5 major sects of the orthodox path have been strictly investigating the progress of demonic arts. I fear the moment you activate the formation, orthodox cultivators will come knocking. And Chu Xuan says, there's no need for you to worry about that, junior brother. Just tell me, do you have it or not? And the shopkeeper says, well, I do, but... Then the scene shifts, the secret stronghold of the Wuji Sect. And a man is saying, the blood-melting formation? I do have a set. But why should I sell it to you? And his name is Su Ming, ranked 11th among the inner disciples of the Wuji Sect. And Chu Xuan is thinking, no wonder Brother Chen was hesitant to speak. It turns out the seller is Su Mingxiang. This guy and I had some disputes over resources before. He's probably dying to see me fail. But this time, Xiang. And Chu Xuan says, I believe you're in great need of this thing, right? Then they get very shocked because Chu Xuan takes out a lot of blood pearl, seeing which they get surprised. And the shopkeeper is saying, so many blood pearls? How many living beings must have been sacrificed to refine these? And Su Ming says, so many blood pearls? How many souls must have been sacrificed to refine these? Judging by this bag of blood pearls, I'd say at least 1,000 souls were consumed. And then another man comes to that place and his name is Wei Hua, ranked 12th among the inner disciples of the Wuji Sect. And he says, to have such a harvest even under the net of the Shingang Sect, it seems that junior brother Chu's strength has far surpassed ours. And Su Ming is thinking, that damn Chu Xuan. Is he always going to overshadow me? And he says, Chu Xuan, give me 200 blood pearls, and I'll sell you the blood-melting formation. And Chu Xuan says, aren't you being a little too greedy? And Wei Hua says, a basic formation like this used to be worth only 80 blood pearls on the market. We're fellow sect members, Su Ming. Isn't this a bit unreasonable? But Su Ming says, even between blood brothers, accounts need to be settled clearly. Among the surviving members of the Wuji Sect, only I have the blood-melting formation. Without it you. And Chu Xuan says, Su Ming, are you misunderstanding something? The blood-melting formation in your hands is worthless if you can't use it, so it's already devalued. Blood pearls are your urgent need. Without them, you'll soon suffer from chi deviation. Tell me, who's really in need here? And after listening to Chu Xuan, Su Ming says, fine, give me 80 blood pearls, and I'll sell you the blood-melting formation. And Chu Xuan says, 60 blood pearls? And hearing this, Su Ming gets angry and says, why are you still driving the price up? And Chu Xuan says, if you won't sell, I'll leave. And Su Ming says, wait. Let me reconsider. And then Chu Xuan says, the current price is 50. And on hearing this, Su Ming gets even more angry, but he cannot do anything now. So he agrees to do the deal. And Chu Xuan gives 50 blood pearls to Su Ming as per the deal. And he is thinking, the blood-melting formation is mine. Since I still have plenty of blood pearls left, why not offer a little more goodwill? And Chu Xuan is saying to Wei Hua, senior brother Wei Hua, if you want the remaining blood pearls, you can exchange them with me for spirit stones. And Wei Hua says, well, thank you, junior brother Chu. We're currently in dire need of blood pearls. These things are now worth more than gold on the market. I'll exchange 30 small spirit stones for them at a premium. And they both also make the deal, and Chu Xuan is thinking, with these resources, when I return to that doomsday planet, I'll be able to advance my cultivation at the fastest pace. And now Chu Xuan is about to leave from here, and Wei Hua is saying to Chu Xuan, junior brother Chu, you really won't stay and join us. He's been good to us and is extremely powerful. Having him is better than any other candidate. And Chu Xuan is thinking, fortune and misfortune are intertwined. Lu Shihe's strength is immense. That only draws more attention from the righteous sects. The Foundation establishment cultivators sent to hunt him down are no pushovers like the ones I encountered last time. But Chu Xuan refuses. And then some people come to that place and they are saying, you, stop right there. We are acting under the orders of the Shingang sect elders. The Wu family might be harboring survivors from the Wuji Sect, so we are here to investigate. And everyone is surprised to see the soldier, and Wei Hua is saying, 7th level of qi refining. And the shopkeeper says, even if the 4 of us join forces, we're no match. And Chu Xuan is thinking, I was just worried, and now they've appeared right before us. I can escape without difficulty, but these fellow disciples might meet their end here. Should I intervene? And then Su Ming says to those soldiers, fellow Taoists, the one wearing the conical hat is the demonic cultivator you're after, Chu Xuan. And saying this, Su Ming starts running away from here. And Wei Hua gets very angry with Su Ming. And Chu Xuan is thinking while removing his hat, I'm still not ruthless enough. Su Ming tricked me again. And Chu Xuan says, it's come to this, senior brother Wei, junior brother Chen, we've been exposed. Retreat quickly, and I will cover you. Don't hesitate. The main force will likely arrive soon, and they all say this. We will stay and stand with Uncle Master. Stand together. But Lu Junxiong says, no, with your current cultivation level, staying will be useless. You are the hope of the Wuji Sect's revival. Your safety is the priority. I will hold them off here. Hear my command, all disciples, disperse and retreat immediately. Regroup at White Mang Mountain. But then a cultivator comes to that place and he says, Lin Jinxiong, so you were hiding here. At a time like this, you're still thinking of protecting these demons' spawn? Ha ha. Don't worry, my people have completely locked down Qinghe City. None of them will escape. Then we see that those people are running away. And the shopkeeper is saying, what do we do? Which way should we run? Then Wei Hua says, follow Senior Master's principle. The most dangerous place is the safest. We'll return to Taiping Square. The enemy would never expect us to go back, so it will be unguarded. And Su Ming says, plus, we can take the opportunity to collect Chu Xuan's corpse. And the shopkeeper gets angry after listening to Su Ming. Then those people run and reach the spot. And when they look ahead, all the soldiers are dead. And seeing this, they get shocked and say, those are actually the corpses of those Wuji Sect cultivators. Is there anyone in Qinghe City who could have done this? And the shopkeeper is saying, could it be senior brother Chu? But Su Ming says, are you joking? Judging by the condition of the bodies, they were clearly killed in an instant. It would take at least a qi refining stage level 8 cultivator to do that. How could it have been him? And Wei Hua tells them, let's not worry about that now. The enemy didn't leave but instead died here. More pursuers will likely be drawn soon. Everyone, make the most of the time we have, and evacuate quickly. Then the scene shifts, near Taiping Mountain. And everyone looks at the people, who are very tired. And then Lu Jinxiong, who is injured, arrives at that place. And he is saying to them, I'm fine. It's unavoidable to suffer some injuries during an escape. But you all, Qinghe City was completely surrounded by Wuji Sect forces, yet you managed to escape without losing a single person. It's truly fortunate. And Wei Hua says, thanks to the sect's protection, the disciples managed to leave without obstruction. Even the 3 Wuji Sect disciples originally stationed there were killed by someone. And Lu Jinxiong is saying to them, something like this happened? Could it be a wandering expert passing by? Where is Chu Xuan? So Manhwa says, this disciple doesn't know. In the rush, I didn't spot brother Chu Xuan. And Su Ming says, Chu Xuan is only at the 4th level of qi refining. Facing 3 opponents, he probably got reduced to ashes. And the shopkeeper is getting angry and he is saying, Su Ming, this is all your fault for getting senior brother Chu killed, and you still have the nerve to speak? And Lu Jinxiong is saying, Chu Xuan. I recall him. He's the one who's been ranked 10th in the inner sect for years. His aptitude may be ordinary, but he's very clever. He might not have met with misfortune. Wei Hua, once things calm down, take some people to gather information on him. If you find him, bring him to join us. It's good to have some support. Since the sect's destruction, he's been wandering alone. I can't imagine how difficult things must be for him now. At the same time, Chu Xuan is very happy and he is laughing and saying, 800 low-grade spirit stones, 2 mid-grade spirit stones. Ha ha ha, life is really getting better and better. Spirit gathering formation and maze formation, suitable for setting up a cave dwelling. Surprisingly, there's even a 10,000 souls banner. This is a notorious evil sect treasure. It's extremely harmful to one's karma. This mid-grade 10,000 souls banner must have required the slaughter of countless beings and the extraction of their souls to be refined. A righteous cultivator from the Shenli sect, actually greedy for its power, secretly kept it and refined it in the dark. However, it's perfect for me to take to the zombie planet, where there are plenty of zombies for me to extract souls from. Once the 10,000 souls banner is fully refined, tens of millions of ferocious ghosts will rise like a tide, becoming a powerful trump card. The items I need are all gathered. The blood mirror has been fully charged too. It's time to head back. Zombie planet, here I come. And Chu Xuan opens the portal and comes inside the zombie planet, and he is thinking, let me calculate the time. I should have left here about 2 months ago. But things shouldn't have turned out this way. Anikat corpses wouldn't do something like this. Someone deliberately set the fire. If I had known, I would have refined a few more ink corpses to guard the place. My snack reserves. All burned to ashes. Whoever did this, they didn't come here to loot supplies, they just set a fire for no reason. Xiaohu, report to me. Come here. And Chu Xuan sends Xiao Xi to investigate. On the other side we see the gang leader's man who has detained 2 people. And a man is talking to him. It happens, don't kill us, we really haven't seen anyone going in or out of Xiranfa. Then the man says, since you don't know anything, what use do I have for keeping you alive? Oh no, perhaps there's still some use for you after all. But then Xiao Xi comes behind him, and Xiao Xi is very angry. And when that man sees Xiao Xi, he gets very scared. And both of them also start running away in fear, and they think that Xiao Xi is a high-level zombie. And that man is very scared, but when he looks at Xiao Xi carefully, he finds out that it is Xiao Xi, who was his partner earlier. Then Xiao Xi picks him up and takes him with him. Xiao Xi takes the man and starts going to Chu Xuan. And that man is saying in fear, where are you taking me? Where are you going? After some time Xiao Xi brings that man to Chu Xuan, and Chu Xuan smiles. He is saying, you're back so soon. And Chu Xuan starts caressing Xiao Xi's head as if Xiao Xi is a dog. And that man is saying, who are you? And why? Why can you control brother Hu? And Chu Xuan says, so what if I can? You know Xiaohu? Could it be that you're also part of the same gang? Was it your people who burned down this place too? And the man says, why yes.So what about it? So Chu Xuan says, I haven't caused any trouble here yet, but instead, others have already troubled me. If I want to cultivate in peace in this world, I'll have to deal with these annoying little dogs first. I just wonder, how much corpse refining material can they provide me? And hearing this, the man gets surprised and he says, corpse refining? What does that mean? But Chu Xuan says, no need to rush with the refining. How about you first tell me all the intel you have on the gang? Then the man says, my name is Wang Bao, a trusted subordinate of Zhao Hong, the Spirit Dog Gang's boss. Our base is in the Grand Hotel. The mall was burned down when we came to look for Brother Hu. Meeting the horrifying scene, boss ordered us to fire and destroy everything. And Chu Xuan is asking, how strong is that Zhao Hong? And Xiao Bao says, he's a 5-level transcendent who has tamed 3 spirit dogs. Each one of them is more than 3 meters long and very violent. He is also physically stronger than an ordinary person. He can compete with high-level zombies. Now Chu Xuan is thinking, the spirit capturing eye is going to stop working soon. And Chu Xuan says, Wang Bao, let me ask you one last question. This isn't your first time murdering and burning stuff up, right? And Xiao Bao starts laughing like a madman and he is saying, of course not. Such things are common right now. I even enjoy it a little bit, haha, Nana. Then Chu Xuan says, in this case, there is no need to refuse your excellent corpse. Chu Xuan is thinking, transcendence, spirit dogs, high-level zombies. This zombie planet is more interesting than I thought. Although a chi refining cultivator is a powerful being on this planet, I still can't take them lightly. I need to gather information and continue collecting zombie materials. After all, my energy is limited as just one person. Although the Yin corpses are strong, they lack intelligence. If I could use a team of normally functioning servants, the results would be much better. Keeping the spirit dog gang alive might be more useful than killing them. After a few days, we see that Xiao Bao comes out from inside the pot, who is now completely transformed into a crop, middle-grade Yin corpse, level 3 corpse soldier. Innate spells, silent walk, fire thorn. And Chu Xuan is saying, looking at Xiao Bao, not bad, a middle grade with 2 innate spells. He's a good pick for an assassin. You're Xiao Bao from now on. You and Xiao Hu are a perfect team. But then Xiao Xi comes in front of Xiao Bao, and seeing this Chu Xuan understands and he says, so, 2 big strong zombies competing for my favor. Well, it's time to find someone to settle a score with. Come on, cheer up, it's time to go play. Then the scene shifts, grand hotel entrance. And we see 3 people who are sitting at a place and playing cards. But then there is an explosion at that place, seeing which those people get surprised and ask who is there? And we see that Chu Xuan has come to that place, and those people get a little surprised seeing Chu Xuan, and Chu Xuan tells them, I am the spirit dog gang's new boss. But those people are saying, hey, so funny, where did that fool come from? Ha! You want to be the boss? Die. And that man throws a bottle at Chu Xuan, but Xiao Xi breaks the bottle. And as soon as he sees Xiao Xi, he becomes extremely frightened because he thinks that Xiao Xi is a high-level zombie. And Chu Xuan is saying to those people, these idiots are a waste of resources if they are left alive. Xiao Bao, take care of him. And then Xiao Bao moves forward to attack those people, and a man bites Chu Xuan's shoulder and tears it apart. Chu Xuan is saying, if you don't want to end up like this, tell Zhao Hong to come out quickly. And after listening to Chu Xuan, those people get very angry. They get more scared, and one of the men says, don't kill us, I'll call the boss right away. Then we see some people and they come to the gang leader with whatever weapons they have in their hands. And the gang leader is saying to Chu Xuan, you're looking for me? And Chu Xuan, looking at the gang leader, is thinking, is that a transcendent? There is indeed energy fluctuating in his body. Although it's weaker than the spiritual energy, it's still different from ordinary people. If he's refined into a Yin corpse, he'll definitely be extremely powerful. And the gang leader says to Chu Xuan, who are you and what do you want from me? And Chu Xuan tells the gang leader, the mall is my territory, you burned it down, so of course I'm here to settle the score. And after listening to Chu Xuan, the gang leader is thinking, did he put those corpses in the mall? Such a cruel practice. Is he also transcendent? No, he seems to be something more terrifying than that, and he has the skill to control zombies. That's unheard of. Then the gang leader says, it's just a misunderstanding. I can have people prepare another shopping mall for you. And Chu Xuan says, heard that most of Donghu City belong to your gang, so one shopping mall won't be enough. And the gang leader says, so, what else do you want? I advise you to be wise and back off when you should. We, the Spirit Dog Gang, won't accommodate you forever. So Chu Xuan says, I want your entire gang. And hearing this, the gang leader gets angry and says, you're not accepting the toast only to be forced to drink a forfeit. De Huang or Hey Xiao Bai. Go, eat him alive. And the gang leader sends all the dogs to attack Chu Xuan. But Chu Xuan is smiling and golden-colored energy starts coming out of Chu Xuan's body, seeing which the dogs get a little surprised. And as soon as a dog attacks Chu Xuan's barrier, its tooth breaks because the barrier made by Chu Xuan is very strong. And that dog falls in front of the gang leader, and seeing the condition of his dog, the gang leader is very shocked. And then Xiao Bao comes behind him, and to save himself from Xiao Bao's attack, the gang leader brings the dog in front. And Xiao Xi and Xiao Bao are getting very angry, and all the gang leader's companions are very scared. And the gang leader is thinking, it's Wang Bao and the missing Tang who doubt what's going on here. He killed my spirit dog in one move. It's not something a normal high-level zombie is capable of. And the gang leader tells both his dogs to protect him. But those dogs are scared of Chu Xuan, and Chu Xuan is saying, do you still want to use your dogs to block the blows for you? Even animals know to bow down to me. Do you want to become his next scapegoat, or be my subordinate? And the gang leader says, don't celebrate too early. No one can take my spirit dogs and my gang from me. And he takes out a gun, and shoots Chu Xuan, who is about to hit him. But then Chu Xuan takes out the bullet, and stops the gang leader's attack. And seeing this, the gang leader is surprised, and all the bullets that the gang leader has shot hit his own companions. And Chu Xuan says to the gang leader, is this your last resort? I was hoping for something more impressive. And the gang leader gets very scared and drops the gun from his hand. And he bends down in front of Chu Xuan and says to him, the spirit dog gang is yours. Please spare me. And Chu Xuan says, this spirit dog gang is useful to me, so I will take it from your hands, and I'm also going to use your body. And after listening to Chu Xuan, the gang leader says, of course, they are divided into stages 1 to 9. Donghu City, where we are right now, is a small city in the Linjiang province which belongs to the Flame Nation's centralized monarchy. There are only 2 powers here. One is our spirit dog gang, and the other one is called the Black Security Company. That's all I know. Is there anything else you wish to know? Whatever it is, I can find it. And Chu Xuan says, Xiao Bao, take him to the medicinal bath. And hearing this, the gang leader gets very scared. And Chu Xuan is thinking, the medicinal bath this time is the best one I have been able to get. After soaking for a few days, his talent will come into play. It's a good chance to set up the blood battle array and perform blood sacrifice on the zombies. As expected, modern food and drinks are better. After some time, Chu Xuan is exploring the city, and he is thinking, the spiritual stones I have can only support the blood battle array for half an hour at most. I have to find a place where many zombies are gathered. And then Chu Xuan sees some people on top of the building, and 2 men are stopping the zombies. And an old man has a suitcase in his hand, and he is speaking fearfully. This stage 3 blood core was obtained at the cost of many lives. We can't lose it. Just take it and leave me. And the other man says, Mr. Jing, you're our Linjiang Province's Institute of Sciences chief. Your life is more important than ours. Don't worry. I have sent out a rescue signal. The Black Security Company will send someone to pick us up. But the old man says, alas, the world has changed. If you want to be rescued, it will be hard. And then zombies start coming out, and are ready to attack them both. And seeing this, all 3 of them get very scared. But then a flying sword comes flying and attacks those zombies, and those zombies are killed very easily. And the one who does this is Chu Xuan, and Chu Xuan is saying to them, it's quite lively here. And the old man says to Chu Xuan, thank you. Thank you so much for saving us, great one. And Chu Xuan points and says, what's inside? Could it be that these zombies are after this? So the old man says it's a level 3 psionic core, originating from a level 3 zombie bear. And hearing this, Chu Xuan tells those people to let me see. Then he takes the suitcase from that old man, and seeing this, the old man is saying to Chu Xuan, please don't take it away. The Life Sciences Research Institute depends on it. With this, we have hope of researching a weapon to counter the zombies, which concerns the entire. Then Chu Xuan starts looking at the energy core, and he is thinking, this is the energy core. It's not that impressive. The energy inside is nothing compared to the spiritual energy within a small spirit stone. But Chu Xuan gives the energy core to the old man and tells him, "Don't worry, I'm not interested in things at this level." And the old man is thinking, a level 3 psionic core. How can he speak as if it's insignificant? And Chu Xuan says to both of them, "You all, where have you all come from?" Then one man says, "Exactly. We are from Linjiang Province, Linjiang Army. We are under orders to protect Professor Jing and bring back the psionic core." And Chu Xuan says, "Just the two of you?" Then that man says, "Of course not. The Black Blade Security Company will escort us out temporarily." And the other man says to Chu Xuan, "If I may ask, what will the Linjiang Army be of use when coming here?" And listening to his words, Chu Xuan is thinking, even the strongest cannot compare to the Wuji Sect of the past. In these chaotic times, you never know when everything might fall apart. There's no need to intentionally make friends. And Chu Xuan says, "Help me with one thing, and I'll ensure your safe departure." And hearing this, the old man becomes happy and he says, "Really? We'll do anything you need. However, we cannot do anything against regulations. That's our bottom line." Now Chu Xuan says, "You don't need to do much, just stay on the rooftop. Attracting the zombies will be enough." And Chu Xuan takes out a talisman and puts it above the door. And seeing this, the old man starts getting a little scared, but Chu Xuan tells the old man, "No need to worry, I've already reinforced the door with a stone talisman. These zombies won't be able to break through. You can rest here for now." Then Chu Xuan starts flying in the air, and he takes out the array formation. And starts putting his energy inside it. And puts it all around that building, and after putting that array formation, Chu Xuan is thinking, this is a basic blood transformation array. Its range isn't large, just enough to cover this dilapidated building. With the psionic core attracting the zombies, you've saved me a lot of trouble. Then Chu Xuan comes back to those people and Chu Xuan tells them, "Everything is ready. Time to take you out of here." And as they see Chu Xuan's instant blood, they get scared. And Chu Xuan is telling them, "I'll make sure of one thing first, do you want to come with me?" And the old man says that we will go with you, no worries, if this great one wanted to harm us, even 10 lives wouldn't be enough. He wouldn't need to use any tricks. Then Chu Xuan catches all 3 of them with his insect blood and starts taking them down. Then Chu Xuan takes them down and says to them, "Alright, you can go seek your rescue on your own now. I won't be accompanying you." And the old man says to Chu Xuan, "Thank you, Great One, for your immense kindness. May I ask your name, Great One?" So Chu Xuan tells his name to that old man and goes away from here. And those people are watching Chu Xuan going, and the old man is saying, "This is definitely beyond the capabilities of a regular transcendence innate talent. Hurry back, we must report this to the General Yi immediately." And Chu Xuan activates the blood transportation array, due to which blood starts flowing out from all the zombies around and their bodies start drying up. And Chu Xuan gets the blood core, seeing which Chu Xuan is happy and he is saying, "The blood transformation array lives up to its reputation. Its efficiency is astounding. These blood orbs, they are enough for me to cultivate to the 9th level of Qi refining." And as Chu Xuan looks upwards, he sees a golden-colored flower, seeing which Chu Xuan is surprised, and he is saying, "Golden flowers of merit? Golden flowers falling from the sky. Isn't this a rare phenomenon only triggered by someone with immense merit? Could it be because I exterminated those zombies?" Throughout history, demonic cultivators have always been burdened by the karma of their killings. If they didn't bring down heavenly lightning and fire, they were already lucky. To trigger the phenomenon of golden flowers of merit. I must be the only one capable of this. So this is what it feels like to be blessed with merit. It feels like a sudden realization, and my lifespan seems to have been extended a bit. There's also an indescribable feeling. Could this be the effect of fortune's blessing? No wonder those righteous cultivators keep clamoring about eradicating evil demons. They must be envious of the benefits of merit. If I were to offer a blood sacrifice of tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, or even billions of zombies in the future, I'd be laden with infinite merit. My lifespan, comprehension, and fortune would all increase exponentially. The path to sainthood in the body is within reach. Then the scene shifts to Black Security Company. And we hear a man telling someone something, that I have already sent off Mr. Jing and the others. But no matter how much we ask, we can't tell why there are so many bloodless mummies there. Mr. Jing has been avoiding the question, he must be hiding something. And the second man says it seems to be not far from the Spirit Dog Gang's headquarters. You should go and ask Zhao Hong about it. And the first man says, me? But Zhao Hong is a transcendent, he will not pay me any attention. But that man says, ha, our Black Security Company is a force supported by the Linjiang Army. How dare a stray dog like him have any objections? With the arrival of Linjiang Army's reinforcements, the entirety of Donghu will be ours. And this man is Wang Gangjian, Black Security Company boss. On the other side we see that there is very good food kept on the table, seeing which the gang members are very happy, and they are saying that they have prepared a special dinner for Chu Xuan. And Chu Xuan is very happy to see the dinner, and he is thinking, there is still some use keeping these people alive. After all, the eaten corpses are not capable of such precise work. Having experienced the joys of such merit, I will be more careful not to kill innocent people and not break this cycle. And Chu Xuan says to them, well done, you can sit down and eat. And all three become very happy after listening to Chu Xuan, and are saying, the new boss is so approachable. Completely different from the initial murderous look. 10,000 times better than Zhao Hong. Then they start having dinner, and are enjoying it. But then something falls down and a bug comes out of it. This is all Chu Xuan's plan. Chu Xuan has mixed the bug in everyone's food. And Chu Xuan is happy and thinking, although the living are not as loyal as the zombies, as long as they eat my poison, there is no need to worry about the Spirit Dog Gang escaping my clutches. Then Chu Xuan comes to another room, and is looking at the pot, and he is very happy and he is saying, after soaking for so long, you shouldn't disappoint me. And Chu Xuan calls the gang leader out, and we see that now the gang leader has completely transformed into a dangerous crop. And the gang leader is very surprised to see his transportation, and he also looks very dangerous. And Chu Xuan is saying, looking at the gang leader, this corpse arm is an innate magic weapon. And then the gang leader becomes very aggressive, and it seems that he is about to attack Chu Xuan. And seeing this, Chu Xuan starts smiling and starts calling him a traitor. Then Chu Xuan activates his power and says, not knowing how rich the sky is and how deep the ground is, you don't know how to kneel yet. And Chu Xuan starts putting pressure on the gang leader, due to which the gang leader gets very scared. And he bows down on his knees in front of Chu Xuan. And Chu Xuan is looking at the level of the gang leader, high grade, level 7 corpse soldier, innate spells, golden light, divine blade spell, corpse roar art. And Chu Xuan says, well, you didn't disappoint my expectations. Your new name is Xiaolong. Good, Xiaolong. Follow Xiao Hu and Xiao Bao to familiarize yourself with the area. Xiao Hu and Xiao Bao, teach him the rules and what he can and can't do. At night, near the Grand Hall, when I reach the 9th stage of Qi refinement, I will go out and look for a proper place for the soul flower. Then we see some wolves attacking and killing humans, and many people are killed. And a wolf who is the leader of all those wolves, that wolf is howling in the moonlight. 1 month later, Chu Xuan is surprised and says, are you saying that you have found a den of giant wolves on the highway? The wolves want to gather and attack you. And Chu Xuan is thinking, Xiao Hu and Xiao Bao are already level 7 corpse soldiers, and Xiao Long has reached level 9. These giant wolves dare to ambush us, it looks like they're confident in themselves. Maybe this can be the behind the bushes. Then Chu Xuan uses his power and attacks the bushes, which causes a huge explosion. And we see that due to the explosion, only the wolf's paw is left at that place, because Chu Xuan knows it turns out that this is a trap. And Chu Xuan is saying, if a Linjiang army guard who's a transcendent died, how could a baby survive and cry so loudly? If it's an ordinary person, they might have been chosen because they were eager to save a life. But unfortunately you met a cold-blooded cruel demon cultivator like me. And then 3 wolves come out of the explosion and attack Chu Xuan. But Chu Xuan comes out of the tower and takes out all 3 core. And we see that the leader of those wolves comes in front, dangerous crops that kill all those wolves, which look like high-level zombie types. There he sees another man, and he is surprised to see this, and he is saying, "There's a fight between one human, 3 zombies and a pack humor escaped, then wolves suffered heavy losses." The Wolf King was a level 2 transcendent creature. Who would escape unscathed from this? Then we see the first man, who has arrived at that place, and he is speaking to that man. "We've been in Donghu City for a long time, we know for certain that there are no level 3 transcendents here. And it's impossible for a person to be able to get enough manpower and material support to reach level 4, and be all on their own. The waters are deep and full of mysteries." Not long after the high-level zombies appeared, another strong individual, who we don't know if a foe or not, appeared. Alas! We can't take care of so many things right now. Let's find the bodies of our brothers and bury them first. Then that man says, "No, besides a transcendent, it could also be." On the other hand, Chu Xuan somehow manages to save himself. He is using the ability due to which golden-colored light starts spreading everywhere. And we see that they are doing farming, and Chu Xuan is saying to them, "The fog array and the spirit gathering array are finished. Now, though we have to hide it from the outside, there is rich spirit energy here, which can be regarded as a holy land. You can farm and raise livestock in peace." And all of them become very happy and say, "The boss is amazing. Even since the zombie outbreak, we have been living in misery. I never thought we would be self-sufficient one day. Not only that, but with those spirit plants given by the boss, we will get more nutrients than the ordinary food and vegetables." And Chu Xuan is thinking while leaving from this place, this piece of land will be handed over to the spirit dog gang to manage and will be used to improve food quality. As for the demon spirit plant I want to plant, spirit flower, my path to building my foundation is on you. Then the scene shifts to Cangxuan continent, Qinghe City. Chu Xuan is thinking while going ahead, the spirit flower has been planted on the blue sea star and will mature until the blood mirror is restored again. The most important goal of coming back to the continent this time is obtaining the magic skills suitable for the foundation period. It looks like I would still need to find a disciple of the Wuji Sect to connect with Lu Junxiong. And Chu Xuan uses his hearing power and starts listening to the things happening around him. And he hears a man talking, and that man is saying, "Brother Wei, will Changqing come?" And Chu Xuan thinks, "Found you. Wei Hua and Qin Ji." And Chu Xuan is listening to both of them, and the shopkeeper is saying, "I'm worried that Zhangqing will turn to the Xingang sect upon our separation. The Wu family can hide us once or twice, but they can't hide us thrice." And Wei Hua says, "So we must be careful, don't get caught up." And Chu Xuan is saying, "Careful? That's not enough. Even if Zhangqing is not a traitor, he would most likely bring some trouble. I'd better stay away for now to avoid being involved." And then a man is thrown at that place, who is very badly injured and dies. And seeing this, everyone is very shocked. Then a man comes from the front, and he is saying, "Get out of the way." And another man says to him, "Who are you to commit such a heinous crime in broad daylight?" Then that man says, "I'm Shigang Sect's 4th disciple, Ouyang Hao. I'm ordered to hunt down the remnants of the Wuji Sect." The head on the ground is a Nata of the Mind Sect, and as soon as they come to know about Ouyang Hao, they get very scared. But Ouyang Hao starts killing them all in one go, and he is saying, "Ignorant and stupid, I will spare your life. Ha, there are really demonic villains here." And Ouyang Hao notices both of them. And knowing this, both of them start running very fast, and seeing them running, Ouyang Hao also starts following them, and starts chasing them. Then they start talking. "This Ouyang Hao is too overbearing. Keep your voice down. He's a genius of the Xingang sect, he'll soon be promoted to a direct disciple." And another man says, "I heard that he's very cruel to demonic cultivators. 3 out of the top 10 inner disciples of the Wuji sect died by his hand. At such a young age, he's already at the 9th stage of Qi refinement. He's the potential to become the future leader of the sect." And Chu Xuan is thinking after listening to those people, looks like Ouyang Hao is the only pursuer. A genius disciple, just a big fat sheep. On the other side, we see that Ouyang Hao is chasing the shopkeeper and Wei Hua, and Ouyang Hao is laughing and saying, "Scum of the Wuji sect, get ready to die." And Ouyang Hao attacks both of them, seeing which both of them get very scared. But then someone saves both of them by creating a barrier. And a man comes in front of Ouyang Hao, and Ouyang Hao is saying to that man, "You actually blocked my spiritual sword finger. You look quite capable. Which scum of the Wuji Sect are you?" And that man says, "Have dado forgotten about me? So quickly? I am Zhang Qing. I have returned to claim your eyes with my own eyes as witness." And the shopkeeper is also surprised to see that man, but that man tells both of them to run away from here quickly. And Ouyang Hao is saying, "Oh, you're playing tricks. You demonic cultivators have so many tricks up your sleeves, you make me so happy. But you let my prey run away. If you don't satisfy me, I will make your life worse than death." And then Chu Xuan takes out his tower and takes out all the 3 core, and he says laughingly, "Haha, you got it the other way around, you're the prey here." And Ouyang Hao attacks those core and he is saying, "The Shigang Sect's sword cultivators have a strong aura, it's indestructible, we can break anything. You're dreaming if you think some low-level corpses can be trouble for me." And Ouyang Hao is very happy. But then Chu Xuan stops Ouyang Hao's sword, and seeing this Ouyang Hao gets very shocked, and he is thinking, it wasn't cut off. Could it be that this insect has transformed? Then Chu Xuan ties Ouyang Hao with insect blood, but Ouyang Hao finds this interesting. Then he uses his power to release himself. And now he starts getting angry, and he is about to use his power, and he is saying, "Your little tricks end here, take my strongest killer move." And Chu Xuan says, "Is this your trump card? Looks quite impressive. I'm in need of a decent opponent to test the results of my training." Then Ouyang Hao gets ready to attack Chu Xuan. And Chu Xuan also gets ready to attack him. And he calls Xiaolong and they attack. And there is silence for some time. Then Chu Xuan calls Xiaolong inside the tower, and we see that due to Xiaolong's attack, a hole is created in Ouyang Hao's chest, seeing which Ouyang Hao gets very shocked, and he is saying, "How is this possible? How could I fall here? Who are you?" And Chu Xuan removes the mask and says, "The sex genius is just that." On the other side we see that the shopkeeper and Wei Hua have come to Lu Jinxiong, and Wei Hua is saying to Lu Jinxiong, "Disguise, blood steel wire. That must be Chu Xuan." And the shopkeeper says, "Senior brother Chu saved us twice." And Lu Jinxiong says, "This kind of disciple must not be allowed to cause trouble. Where did you meet Ouyang Hao? Take me to rescue him now." But then someone comes to that place, and tells those people that there is no need. And we see that it is Chu Xuan who has brought Ouyang Hao here after slitting his throat, and he is saying, "Wuji Sect's refinement disciple Chu Xuan greets Uncle Lu." And the shopkeeper says to Chu Xuan, "Senior brother Chu? You're okay. That's great." And Wei Hua, pointing towards the severed head, asks Chu Xuan, "Is that Ouyang Hao?" And Chu Xuan says, "Well, I took the chance to avenge junior brother Zhang Qing." And Lu Jinxiong is saying to Chu Xuan, "Chu Xuan, you've grown up 50 fast. When the sect was destroyed, you were only at the 4th stage of qi refinement. Now you can even kill Ouyang Hao, you must be at least at the 9th stage." And when they come to know that Chu Xuan has reached the 9th stage, the shopkeeper and Wei Hua are very shocked. And Lu Jinxiong is laughing and saying, Great, I didn't think such a talent would come from our Wuji Sect. It's our sect's blessing. You stay with us in the Wu family estate. I will do my best to help you reach the foundation." And Chu Xuan says, "I appreciate the kind uncle, but I plan on relying on my own power to reach that stage." And Lu Jinxiong says, "Chu Xuan, why are you doing this?" And Chu Xuan is thinking, "I have a secret now, I have to go to the Blue Sea Star, and I cannot interact with people often." And Chu Xuan emotionally tells Lu Jinxiong, "Uncle, I think of this situation as not very optimistic. If you use all your resources to help me, my brothers' lives will become even harder. I must not harm my fellow brothers just for my own benefits." And on hearing Chu Xuan's words, the shopkeeper gets emotional and says, "Senior brother Chu, you're so selfless." Then Lu Jinxiong says to Chu Xuan, "It's rare to see you so genuine. If the sect still existed, I wouldn't sit idle and let such a talent like you drift away. Chu Xuan, if you need anything, tell me." And Chu Xuan says this disciple needs the foundation technique. I was wondering how much the blood refining scripture costs. And Lu Jinxiong says, for 500 blood beads, I can give you a copy of the blood refining scripture. And Chu Xuan is thinking, in the past, even 1,000 sect contribution points might not be enough to exchange for the copy. Li Lu has given me a good deal. And Chu Xuan says, thank you for your kindness, uncle. But I only have 300 blood beads, plus the spirit stones I got from Ouyang Hao. And Lu Jinxiong laughs and says, sure, there are all resources given to all disciples, they're a lot. If they don't need it, I can give it to you for free. And Chu Xuan gets a little surprised after listening to Lu Jinxiong, and he is thinking, this is given out to others to help them? I pretended to be poor to not give out my blood beads, but I was judging him by my own standards. And Chu Xuan says this disciple is grateful. And Lu Chu Xuan, you cruel demonic cultivator. I will never let you break through the foundation. And that wolf is very big, and he is about to attack Chu Xuan, and Chu Xuan is thinking after seeing that wolf, no, this is a heart demon illusion. The wolf is growling in front of Chu Xuan, but Chu Xuan is ready to use his technique, and he tells him to get lost. Although the foundation-building blood pill has nearly the same medicinal effect as the genuine foundation-building pill, it is ultimately just a counterfeit that demon cultivators resort to out of necessity. Because it contains the resentment of living souls, it triggers the heart demon illusion. And Chu Xuan thinks, this heart demon energy continues to flow, and it can't be destroyed. It's only growing stronger. And the wolf says, Chu Xuan, stop wasting your energy. You have mediocre talent and no family background. You can't even step into the threshold of a proper sect like the Shenli sect. You are a useless fool, no qualified to break through the foundation building stage. You should just accept your fate and realize that cultivation is just asking for misery. And Chu Xuan gets a little surprised and he thinks, so, you want to discuss the Tao? And Chu Xuan says the sage is merciless, treating the people as livestock. The righteous sects monopolize resources, reinforcing class divisions, and it's clear that following the righteous path leads to no achievements. But the path of demon cultivation, however, offers a different view. How could such an unorthodox path ever succeed? Demon cultivators seize the essence of heaven and earth, and take the vitality of all things. If the heavens won't give it to me, I'll slaughter and dominate, using thousands of corpses to forge a path to the heavens. What's more, I now possess the blood mirror destiny and have access to the resources of an entire planet for myself. I, Chu Xuan, can now defy the heavens and change my fate. And then the wolf turns into a skeleton, but there is some movement behind Chu Xuan, and a hand comes out from behind him. And we see that now the wolf has turned into a female, and she comes close to Chu Xuan and says to him, Chu Xuan, you were never inherently evil. Think back to your initial reason for cultivation. I understand that when you first crossed over, you were oppressed, living on the edge of survival, and would do anything to gain power. But now, you're already the strongest in Donghu City. As long as you stay here, no one can threaten you anymore. Power, wealth, beauty now, you can have whatever you want. If you stop now, you can enjoy the pleasures of life. And Chu Xuan says, as expected of the infamous heart demon illusion, I considered myself resolute in my path. But you still managed to uncover so much. What you've said is just a delay tactic until the effects of the foundation-building blood pill wear off. And the female gets a little serious after listening to Chu Xuan. But then Chu Xuan takes out a pill, seeing which the female gets surprised, and Chu Xuan says to her, unfortunately, you've miscalculated. Then Chu Xuan eats the pill, due to which energy starts flowing inside him. And seeing this, the female gets scared and she says, you're insane. You actually dared to swallow 2 foundation-building blood pills at once? Even if you can receive spiritual power, the resentment of the living souls in the pills will also strengthen my power, and you will only die even more miserably. And Chu Xuan says, no, I no longer need to waste any more time with you. Thanks to this illusionary discussion of the Tao, I now understand even more deeply. And Chu Xuan uses his power to make 2 wings, and he starts flying up and his eyes turn red, and he says to the female, no reason. can stop the spirit of human progress, and the female starts having trouble due to the energy coming out of Chu Xuan. Her body starts burning. And she tells Chu Xuan that you have one. But Chu Xuan does not pay much attention to her words. There is a smile on his face. And the female starts burning, and she is saying, Chu Xuan, I will no longer obstruct your breakthrough. What else do you want to do? And Chu Xuan says, I'm just a little curious whether the blood fiend magic refining scripture can refine away this heart demon of yours? And Chu Xuan uses his powers and grabs the female with his claws. And the female now starts burning a lot, and she says in fear, Chu Xuan, you are so cruel and heartless, are you not afraid of retribution? And Chu Xuan says, retribution? You don't need to worry about that, beast. And Chu Xuan uses his power and absorbs the entire power of the female, and he says, my merits will only grow greater. My path of demon cultivation will only go further and further, until eternity. Then Chu Xuan comes out of the spiritual sea of Badia. And when he opens his eyes are red, and he makes the breakthrough very easily, and his power is also being sensed by the three core, and they can feel the power coming out of the door. And Chu Xuan has a lot of power, who is going out, and his gang members are very surprised to see Chu Xuan's power. And they are not able to understand what is happening here right now. And we can see that Chu Xuan's power now starts going up, tearing the sky, which can be seen even from a distance. And some people see his power, and one of those men says, a strange phenomenon has appeared. This could be a sign of the zombie tide. Once the zombies gather in a tide, wherever they go, it's almost like a natural disaster. Even level 3 extraordinary beings can't survive. You go and carefully investigate the surrounding situation. Once you discover signs of the zombie tide, report back immediately. Then after making the breakthrough, Chu Xuan stands up and says, I've broken through, foundation building level 1. Becoming a foundation building cultivator adds 100 years to my lifespan. I've truly transcended the ordinary now. From now on, I can fly without external help. I can also refine a personal magic weapon, integrating it with my soul to grow with the cultivator, making it far stronger than ordinary magic tools. In the blood fiend magic refining scripture, the most suitable magic weapon for me is the soul-devouring rope. It is written in the book, once triggered, not only can it launch a powerful soul-piercing flying rope, but it can also control it. The soul-devouring rope is made primarily from hot steel, with supplementary materials such as white bone bamboo, the soul of a powerful being, and 6 other materials like the intoxicating vine. After 36 days of refining, it can be activated. The Insha steel is a material created by demon cultivators, made by placing ordinary refined steel in a place rich with Insha energy, allowing it to absorb the Yin Qi. It sounds simple, but the Insha areas on the Cangxuan continent are already controlled by spies from the righteous sections. If I get close, I might face mortal danger. Even on Blue Star, condensing Insha requires the blood and soul of at least 10,000 zombies. Based on previous observations of their behavior, they usually roam individually, right? Those zombies like high-level spirit cores. As long as I hunt some extraordinary beasts, I can use their spirit cores as bait to attract the zombie horde. Then, I set up an array to accelerate the Insha steel's formation, and this personal magic weapon will be mine with no effort at all. After this, the scene shifts towards zombies. And the core is running very fast among the zombies. And he has a zombie core in his hand. And a black-clad security man is watching all this from hiding, and he is very scared. And Chu Xuan is looking at all these things carefully from above, and he is saying, the number of zombies here has already reached nearly 10,000. Find a suitable place, and set up the formation before we can make our move. Then Chu Xuan's eyes go towards the fat man, and he is running away in fear, and seeing him Chu Xuan thinks, where did this person run from? I don't want to accidentally injure someone and lose merit. And the fat man runs and reaches his other friend, and his friend asks him, what are the reconnaissance results? So the fat man tells, 5 heads, exactly 5 advanced zombies. This is definitely a sign of a zombie tide. In addition, I also found many corpses of first-level spirit beasts outside. They must have been eaten by the zombies. And his friend says if the pressure from the zombie tide prompts the spirit beasts to gather and form a beast tide, Donghu's city will be completely finished. And then both of them notice another friend of theirs, and their friend has been attacked by a spider, and their friend is asking for help from them. But now both of them cannot help him because the poison of the spider has spread inside him. But the fat man takes out one of his weapons and attacks the spider. But it does not make any difference because their friend has been killed due to the poison. And seeing him, his other friend says the spider is a mutated spirit beast. Although it doesn't have a condensed spirit core, it already possesses extraordinary abilities. His body has been corroded by digestive enzymes. He's beyond saving. And then the fat man's attention goes towards the front, and he says in fear, with so many spider webs inside, there can't just be this one, right? And they see that many spiders are coming out from the front, and the spider queen of those spiders is also coming out. And seeing so many spiders, the other man says, damn, this is actually a spider nest. And he asks his companions to chase them away. But now it seems that it is too late because the spider queen has attacked them with her web, and she has caught two people by trapping them in the web and is pulling them towards her. And the fat man is asking the other man for help, but his other companion is very scared because the spider queen's level is 3. And the spider queen attacks again with her web, and the other man takes out a dagger to stop her web and tries to cut her web. But the spider queen's web is very strong, due to which even the dagger is not able to cut her web. And that man gets very scared, and he says this spider silk can be cut at all. It's over. But then an attack cuts the spider queen's web and they get free from the spider queen's web. And seeing this they think, this silk is the strongest power of a 3rd-level spider queen. I've used all my strength and still can't cut it. Who was it that casually sliced through it with a wave of their hand? And the one who saves them is Chu Xuan. And they are very surprised to see Chu Xuan in front of them. And the spider queen is also looking at Chu Xuan. And Chu Xuan thinks, what luck! The spirit core of a 3rd-level spirit beast is definitely more attractive than that of a 1st or 2nd level. And Chu Xuan comes in front of Spider Queen and he says, a mere insect dares to challenge me. It's truly laughable. And Chu Xuan takes out the tower and all 3 zombies come out, and they start killing those small spiders. And both of them are very surprised to see such dangerous zombies, and the other man is in shock. He can control zombies? And the fat man says there are actually such spiritual talents in the world. It's simply extraordinary. Wait, these 3 zombies were leading the way at the front of the zombie tide. Could it be that this zombie tide was artificially triggered, and the spider queen throws a web on Chu Xuan? But Chu Xuan smilingly puts his 2 fingers forward and prepares an attack, which stops the spider queen's web very easily and destroys it. And burning his web, he starts moving towards Spider Queen, but then Spider Queen starts running away. And seeing her running, how can the protagonist let her run away? And he attacks Spider Queen and Spider Queen starts screaming. And due to this attack of Chu Xuan, all those spiders start burning. And the 3 zombies are watching all this comfortably. And in a short time, all those spiders are killed, and the core of all of them comes out and Chu Xuan collects them. And along with that Chu Xuan also gets another thing, and Chu Xuan thinks, this spider silk has actually increased in strength after being tempered by the nether fire. What a pleasant surprise. Just right to be used as one of the materials for the soul lock. Then Chu Xuan gives the 3 cars to the 3 zombies and says, with these 3 spirit cores, they will continue to attract the zombies. Then Chu Xuan's attention goes to these 2, and seeing Chu Xuan's power, both of them get very scared and they both think, so the zombie tide really was triggered him. He can't possibly be planning to kill to silence us, right? Then Chu Xuan comes in front of them and releases his power, and he says, you are from Black Blade Security Company, aren't you? And they bow their heads in front of Chu Xuan and say, yes. Thank you for saving our lives, immortal. And Chu Xuan thinks, it seems I scared them. Well, this way I can save some time talking. Then Chu Xuan insists on his words and he says, leave this place immediately and go back to tell your people not to wander around for the next few days. No one is allowed to approach within 1,000 meters of this area. Otherwise. And after listening to Chu Xuan, those people start running very fast and say, Absolutely. We will not disturb you. Then those people leave. And Chu Xuan starts collecting those spiders and he says, the spirit spider's nest, filled with ominous energy. Let's use this place as the focal point for the soul-seizing formation. Let's begin setting it up. Then the scene shifts and we see that both of them have come to the captain, and the captain is saying to both of them, flying with a sword? Controlling zombies? Mastering fire? And even cutting the threads of a level 3 spider mother with ease? Is there really such an impressive person in Donghu City? Wait, controlling zombies. Last time on the highway, it seemed that a pack of wolves was wiped out by a transcendent who could control zombies. And the fat man's friend says, right? Could it be the same person? And the fat man says, so, there's been a level 3, or even level 4, transcendent active in Donghu City. And the captain says, this transcendent is powerful and seems intent on provoking a zombie tide. What could be their intentions? In the worst case scenario, the survivors of Donghu City might face utter disaster. And the fat man says, no way, just because of a disagreement, they would destroy the city. That's something a villain from a novel would do, and his friend says, exactly, he saved both me and Brother Tang. He shouldn't be that kind of person. And the captain says, I'll go over there and confirm his true intentions. But his companion says, no, brother, that's too dangerous. So the captain says, the lives of hundreds of brothers at Black Blade's security are at stake. As the leader, I have to be responsible for their lives. You all stay here. I'll try my best to persuade that transcendent to lead the zombie tide outside the city. If that doesn't work, you all immediately evacuate Donghu City with the brothers. With my strength as a level 2 transcendent, I should be able to buy you some time. Then the captain sits in the car and reaches that place. And a strange energy is flowing at this place, and the captain comes out of the car and he thinks, why has it suddenly gotten foggy? Could this also be the work of that person? Damn, why has the walkie-talkie malfunctioned? Something's off. It's pitch black all around, and there's not even a sound. Logically, with tens of thousands of zombies gathering here, how could it possibly be silent? And then Chu Xuan comes flying there with a sword, and he says to the captain, you're from Black Blade Security too, right? Didn't your colleague tell you that this place in cultivators, this characteristic is almost meaningless? But for me, yin energy can be said to be inexhaustible. The residual malevolent energy from the previous yin soul-draining formation filled a full 20 jade vials. Then Chu Xuan sits down and starts inhaling all that energy inside him, and he feels so powerful that he says, I'll use this yin energy to assist my cultivation. Then the scene shifts to capital of Linjiang Province, Longjiang City. And we see the professor and there is a general in front of him, and the general says to those people, please sit down, I urgently summoned all the commanders because a gigantic underwater creature has appeared in Longjiang. And he is Yi Nantian, leader of the Linjiang army. And the commander says, it was captured on surveillance last night, and its estimated total length exceeds 30 meters. A cargo ship was attacked at the time, and all 30 people on board perished. And a commander says, this is clearly an extraordinary creature, and its level is not low, at least level 3. And the second commander says, with the current combat power of the Linjiang army, it won't be easy to kill it. And the third commander says, but we can't let it wreak havoc in Longjiang City forever. And the general says, so your mission is to scare it off at all costs, until it no longer dares to enter Linjiang army's territory. And the professor says, General Yi, I know a powerful person in Donghu City, the cultivator I mentioned last time. Shall we invite him? And the general says, Professor Jing, with the vast population of Yanhan Empire, it's not surprising for extraordinary individuals with unique talents to emerge. No matter how strong he is alone, can he be stronger than our 100,000 Linjiang soldiers? Besides, the person you're talking about is elusive, like a dragon's head without its tail. Where is he now? Then we see Chu Xuan, who is back in his world, and he is asking a waiter, I'm a traveling merchant. I'd like to inquire about something. I came here 3 months ago, and I remember it was called Wu's Tea House. Why has the signboard changed? So the waiter says, Sir, you may not know. Wu's family harbored the remnants of the Wuji Sect, so their property was confiscated by the Cangxuan sect. And Chu Xuan thinks, I knew it too many people, too big of a target. Wu's manor was bound to face trouble sooner or later. I wonder how the fellow members hiding in Wu's family are doing now. And Chu Xuan says, oh, that's terrifying. Were those demon cultivators captured? I don't want to keep worrying even in the city. And the waiter says, sir, rest assured. Cangxuan sect joined forces with Jilong Temple and sent a large number of cultivators for the hunt. Those remnants were forced to flee to the southern Cloud Mist Mountains. The city is very safe now. And Chu Xuan gives a gold coin to the waiter, which makes him happy, and he thanks Chu Xuan. And Chu Xuan says, phew, now I can relax? And Chu Xuan thinks, among Wu's fellow members, only Uncle Lu is a Foundation Establishment stage cultivator. There's no way a Golden Core expert would join the search team. As a fellow Foundation Establishment cultivator, I'm confident I can take him down. My life-bound artifact, the Soul Shackling Cord, can only unleash its maximum power with the soul of a Foundation Establishment cultivator. The zombies of Blue Star can't meet this need. The mantis stalks the cicada, unaware of the Oreo behind. This is a perfect opportunity to collect some Foundation Establishment souls. After some time, the clouds mist mountain. When Chu Xuan was crossing these beautiful mountains and forests, someone asked Chu Xuan to stop. And we see that some cultivators come in front of Chu Xuan, and Chu Xuan is happy to see those cultivators, and he thinks, what a treasure. 1 Foundation Establishment 3rd stage, and 3 Chi Refinement stage cultivators. Thank you, Great Mountain. And he asks those people, sirs, what wrong have I committed to be stopped? So a man comes forward and he says, we are disciples of the Cangxuan sect, ordered to capture demon cultivators. Which sect are you from? And what is your purpose here? And Chu Xuan says, I am but a lone rogue cultivator, seeking to hunt monsters in the Cloud Mist Mountains for spirit stones. And that man's cultivator companions say, nonsense. I think you're pretending to be a rogue cultivator to sneak into the Cloud Mist Mountains and rescue people. Yes, you're clearly a demon cultivator. Everyone attack! Kill this man. And Chu Xuan says to them, why slander an innocent person without proof? Is your Cangxuan sect still a righteous sect? Then their leader laughs and says, ha ha ha, then let me tell you the truth before you die. Whether you are a demon cultivator or not is irrelevant to us. What matters is that your head can be exchanged for sect contributions. We've already killed 8 this way in recent days. And everyone using their power killed Chu Xuan. They attacked him, but Chu Xuan uses one of his techniques due to which he escapes their attack. And he comes up and using his soul-binding rope, he easily cuts off the heads of all those cultivators. Then Chu Xuan comes down comfortably to the ground and looking at the dead bodies of those people, he says, well, you're in luck this time, you've encountered a real one. Soul-seizing technique. These 3 Chi refinement souls will strengthen my 10,000 soul banner. As for the Foundation Establishment soul, I need to find a quiet place to refine it properly. After 1 month, Chu Xuan is sitting inside a cave and he is trying to increase the power of the soul-binding rope, but he fails. And he grabs his head and he says, fellow cultivator, you failed? A month has passed. I've killed 4 Foundation Establishment cultivators, more than a dozen Chi refinement cultivators, and the 10,000 soul banner has grown stronger. Still, no soul has succeeded in being refined into a soul shackling cord. This cord is too picky. It seems I need to find a stronger Foundation Establishment soul for refinement. And then Chu Xuan hears the sound of someone fighting from outside, and we see outside the cave that a cultivator is chasing Lu Jinxiong, and the cultivator is saying, Lily Jinxiong, you killed my brother Zhao. And 2 Foundation Establishment cultivators from the Cangxuan sect. Surrender and accept your death. And Lu Jinxiong runs away saying, if you're going to kill, then do it. No need to pile false accusations on me. But then Lu Jinxiong starts coughing and blood is coming out of his mouth. He is badly injured and sits on the ground. And the old man is happy and he says, so, this is the end for you. You are severely injured, your pills are gone, and lasting this long was no small feat. You can't escape death. But then this man Chu Xuan attacks him and he tries to stop Chu Xuan's attack and creates a barrier. But it is of no use. Chu Xuan's soul-binding rope is very powerful and breaks that man's barrier. Lu Jinxiong easily breaks the weapon and injures him, but Chu Xuan does not stop and attacks him again and injures him even more. And when Lu Jinxiong sees Chu Xuan in front of him, he is very shocked. Gets it, and he says, "Chu Xuan, you advance to the foundation establishment stage." But the cultivator is not going to give up so easily, and using his power he easily frees himself from Chu Xuan's grip. And seeing this, Lu Jinxiong gets a little scared and he says, "Not good. Sun sure has been in the foundation establishment realm for years, with a solid foundation, while Chu Xuan has only just broken through." And the man says, "I let you escape back then, but I never thought you'd break through so fast. Looks like I've brought trouble upon myself. Now that you've just entered foundation establishment, I will kill you." But Chu Xuan escapes from that man's attack very easily, and seeing Chu Xuan's technique, that man gets surprised and he says, "Not good, it's an evasion technique." Then the cultivator starts forming a sword formation, but before that Chu Xuan attacks that man with a soul-binding rope and cuts his throat, and Chu Xuan holds that man's throat. Then he takes out his soul from his head, and he thinks, sure enough, this soul essence is quite pure and refined, far better than the ones I obtained before. Perhaps it can be used as a death soul for my soul-binding chain. Then Lu Jinxiong says, "Chu Xuan, I never expected you can actually win. I remember you were just at the 9th level of qi refining not long ago." And Chu Xuan says, "Ouyang Hao had a foundation establishment pill. After I took it, I broke through just a stroke of luck." And Lu Jinxiong says, "One pill and you actually successfully established your foundation. Your luck is really extraordinary. This speed of advancement is truly unprecedented. By the way, when Sun Sure was chasing me earlier, he said I killed several of his junior brothers. Could it be?" So Chu Xuan says, "Indeed, I killed them." And Lu Jinxiong gets surprised and he says, "You're really amazing. You've only just recently reached foundation establishment, yet you're able to steadily crush those who entered the foundation establishment stage for years. With such a performance, if recommended to an ancestor, you would surely be accepted as a direct disciple." And Chu Xuan says, "From what you're saying, could it be that there's news of a golden core ancestors?" And Lu Jinxiong says, "Yes. This is not the right place for detailed discussions. Please follow me." After some time, Lu Jinxiong reaches a cave, and the shopkeeper and Wei Hua become very happy on seeing Lu Jinxiong, and they say, "Senior Uncle Lu is back." And Wei Hua says, "I told you Senior Uncle Lu would be fine." Then they see Chu Xuan behind Lu Jinxiong, and become even more happy on seeing Chu Xuan, and the shopkeeper says, "Senior Brother Chu, you didn't encounter the blockade of the Cangxuan sect?" And Su Ming is very angry at seeing Chu Xuan, but he is also calm. Then Lu Jinxiong says, "Chu Xuan has already advanced to the foundation establishment stage. Thanks to him killing Sun Sure of the Cangxuan sect, I was able to return alive today. Not only that, in recent times, he has also eliminated several enemies. With such cultivation and accomplishments, I have already promoted him within the sect. From now on, you all will have to call him Senior Uncle Chu. With such cultivation and accomplishments, I have already decided to promote him on behalf of the sect." And they say, "From now on, you all will have to call him Senior Uncle Chu. Greetings, Senior Uncle Chu." And Chu Xuan's eyes are on Su Ming and he says, "Congratulations, Senior Uncle Chu." Hee. "Su Ming, you don't need to follow along. Senior Uncle Chu, I." And Chu Xuan doesn't say anything more, he directly kills Su Ming. And seeing this, they are very shocked, but Lu Jinxiong says, "I don't want a junior like you." But the shopkeeper says he deserves it. When we were stopped by the Cangxuan sect earlier, it was Su Ming who deliberately revealed Senior Uncle Chu's identity. And Wei Hua says Senior Uncle Chu letting him live until now is already letting him off easy. Then Lu Jinxiong says, "Junior, it's this. Owe you an apology." And Chu Xuan says, "Senior brother, you're too kind. Since XL Ming dared to betray me, he will dare to betray all of you in the future. Such action is no different from betraying the sect, and his crime deserves execution. Today, I will enforce the law on behalf of the sect. I hope you all can take this as a warning and not follow in his footsteps. Also, I bring good news for everyone. I found numerous blood pearls from the exterminated enemies of the Cangxuan sect, over 100 in total. Now that I've advanced to the Foundation establishment, these small blood pearls aren't of much use to me, so I'll give them all to you. And Chu Xuan thinks, previously, I extracted and refined large blood pearls from the zombies, leaving some scraps behind. Consider it a way to win people's favor. And all of them are very happy and are saying thank you to Chu Xuan. But then someone comes there and he says, with both grace and might, and decisive in action, congratulations to the Wuji Sect for gaining another talented individual. Then Chu Xuan is surprised to see this man, and he does not know who he is. So Lu Zhenxiong tells him, this is the head of the Wu family, Wu Ke. He risked his life to gather information about the ancestors and was even injured in the process. He is now recovering here. And Chu Xuan says, Taoist Wu, your righteousness is truly admirable. And Wu Ke says, I don't deserve such praise. Also he thinks, this person's abilities is extraordinary and best not to become an enemy in the future. And Chu Xuan says, fellow Taoist WL, which sect's ancestors do you have news about? And Wu Ke says, the Golden Core ancestor Wan Wuying, also your senior brother Lil's master. He has now been captured by the Cangxuan sect and is imprisoned at Yunwu Manor in the northern Yunwu mountain range. And Chu Xuan says, imprisoned? The Cangxuan sect actually left him alive? And Lu Zhenxiong says, these hypocrites from the Cangxuan sect. You should know that the Cangxuan sect practices sword qi, and the best method to refine sword is to fight against vengeful spirits. And Wu Ke says, thus, the sect master of the Cangxuan sect is using Elder Wan's unique constitution to continuously draw his blood to nourish vengeful spirits, all to temper and refine his sword qi, hoping to break through to the nascent soul stage in one fell swoop. And Chu Xuan says in an angry voice, simply outrageous. At the same time he thinks, this truly matches the impression that the righteous path has left on me. And Lu Zhenxiong says, right now, Yunwu Manor is only guarded by 4 Foundation establishment cultivators, and their sect master only goes to draw blood once a month. As long as we avoid him, there's nothing to fear. Junior brother Chu, let's join forces and rescue our master. And Chu Xuan says, but right now, we only have 3 Foundation's establishment cultivators. 3 against 4, and they might have defensive formations in place, so the odds of rescuing the ancestor are quite low. And Lu Zhenxiong says, but we do have one more on our side. She is the first ancestor's direct disciple and is at the 3rd level of Foundation establishment. This person is the most talented among all the Foundation establishment disciples, the one with the greatest potential to break through the Golden Core stage, senior sister Li Xianwei. And Wu Ke says, I've made contact with her. She had originally gone into seclusion and renounced worldly affairs. However, in order to rescue the ancestor, she is willing to take action. The condition is that Elder Wan accepts her as his eldest disciple. And then Lu Zhenxiong bows down in front of Chu Xuan and says, strength in numbers, so I hope you'll join us, junior brother Chu. Once we succeed, I'll make sure to ask the master to take you as his direct disciple. And Chu Xuan says, senior brother, there's no need for that. Please rise. And Chu Xuan thinks, if I have the opportunity to break through the Golden Core stage in the future, I will need a Golden Core cultivation method. Having a Golden Core ancestor to provide guidance and teaching would certainly make things much easier. And Chu Xuan says, senior brother Lu, don't worry. I am determined to risk my life without hesitation for this cause. After some time all of them come to Li Xianwei and they say, greetings, senior sister Li. And Li Xianwei says, are you junior brother Chu Xuan? Not bad. To be able to advance to the Foundation establishment stage under such difficult circumstances is truly commendable. The formation covering the skies above the cloud mist manor naturally suppresses demonic cultivators. This treasure, known as the array-breaking mirror, can pinpoint the positions of its formation flags. Since junior brother Chu has just reached Foundation establishment and lacks strength, you'll be in charge of breaking the formation from the outside. Exactly what I wanted. With others charging ahead, I can act freely. And Chu Xuan says, I will follow senior sister Li's arrangements. There are 4 foundation establishment cultivators in the manor. The strongest is at the 3rd level, while the weakest has just recently advanced. And Li Xianhua says, I'll handle 2 of them, and each of you can take 1. If there are no objections, let's set off. After some time, their fight starts and Chu Xuan is looking at the formation, and now the time has come to fight and he starts moving forward, and he calls his 3 zombies outside and tells them to attack and he says, the situation is still unclear, so I can't afford to waste my spiritual energy. Tasks like running errands are best left to others. A fierce fight is going on inside and Li Xianhua is giving a very tough fight to them, and then Lu Jinxiong says to Li Xianhua, Senior sister, the formation's suppression is gone. And Li Xianhua says, good. Junior brother Chu is quite capable. He finished faster than I expected. And Li Xianhua kills the master and seeing this a man says, Master Hakong. The formation has been broken. If you don't act now, we'll all die. But then someone attacks Li Xianhua and he says, foolish. I waited for the right moment to act, but you just ruined it. And Li Xianhua is able to dodge that attack with great difficulty, and that sword goes back inside the house. And we see a man and he laughs and says, Ah, benefactor Li Xianhua. We meet again, and Chu Xuan also starts looking at that man and he says, that's warrior monk Hui Kong from the Golden Dragon Temple. Rumors say he's a genius like Li Xianyu, entering the Foundation establishment at 30. He's fought her several times, winning more often than losing. And Li Xianhua says to Hui Kong, Hot Kong, your Golden Dragon Temple has always prided itself on compassion, yet you've allied with the Divine Steel Sect, who imprisons cultivators and feeds ghosts with blood. And Hui Kong says, nonsense. This humble monk has only come here to exterminate evil spirits. I know nothing of imprisoning cultivators and feeding ghosts with blood. But you few demonic scoundrels from the Limitless Sect have walked right into the trap. Let this humble monk send you on your way. And Hui Kong attacks them and because of his attack Wuku's one hand gets cut, and Li Xianhua is trying to save herself from his attack and she is thinking that Hui Kong intentionally had others drain our spiritual power first. Now that he's making his move, victory is in his if we keep fighting. Reinforcements from the Divine Steel Sect and Golden Dragon Temple will arrive soon. And Li Xianhua also takes out a flag to fight with Hui Kong, and gets ready to attack him. But Hui Kong starts increasing his power even more and he says, Want to leave? Did you ask me first? And he does a dangerous attack due to which Li Xianhua gets injured and she falls on the ground. And Hui Kong becomes very happy and he is saying, Benefactor Li, accept your fate. And Li Xianhua is very much injured and she is saying, Evil suppressing rune? You actually mastered it. No wonder you're bold enough to take on 3 opponents. You actually have such a trump card. And Hui Kong raises his sword to kill Li Xianhua. But then Hui Kong feels something and he realizes that a dangerous attack is about to be made on him. So he takes out one of his treasures but that attack destroys his treasure very easily. And we see that Chu Xuan comes in front of him, and he injures Hui Kong. And Li Xianhua looks at Chu Xuan and thinks, he actually didn't run away, but instead, appeared just in time and destroyed the evil suppression rune on Hui Kong with one strike. And Hui Kong asks Chu Xuan who he is, but Chu Xuan doesn't answer, and he directly moves forward to attack Hui Kong again. But Hui Kong steps back and says, Dark Demon Claws? Laughable. Do you think such a worthless spell could hurt me? And another cultivator says, so slow, it probably can't even reach the corners of Master Hui Kong's robes. But Chu Xuan uses his energy due to which he grabs Hui Kong. And we see that blood starts coming out of Hui Kong's mouth. And Li Xianhua is very surprised to see Chu Xuan's such power, and she says, what a clever strategy. Junior brother Chu first used his spiritual energy to form the Dark Demon Claws, making Hot Kong let his guard down. Once Hui Kong relaxed, he immediately injected evil in energy, shaping the demon Tro. Ein Claws into a powerful attack. And Lu Jinxiong says, where did Chu Xuan get this evil in energy from? And Hui Kong is getting very angry and he takes out his Vajra beans and he says, cunning demon cultivator. I'll crush you to pieces. But Chu Xuan destroys Vajra beans very easily with the help of soul-binding rope. And smilingly he tells Hui Kong to get ready to die and he attacks him. And seeing his death in front of him, Huikong tells Chu Xuan, "If you dare kill me, my master will never let you go." But Chu Xuan was not going to listen to him. He directly killed Huikong. And smilingly he tells Huikong, "Do you think I am easily intimidated?